thought I saw the whole video. But I'll go back and look through it though. But anyway, let's move on. Real or nah? Okay. Let's make one thing perfectly clear. A comment that Tracy is always right coming from Tracy doesn't make it right. It just means that she knows how to type. That's all that means.
Don't y'all agree with me?
I ain't going to hell for you.
You're not going to hell for calling
yes.
They ain't nowhere to Bible. Why you going to hell? Because you're called her a sucker? No.
Thank you. I'm not going to hell for you. No. I'm going to hell for me. I ain't going to hell for you. Choosey Beggar.
So for setup, I park for work in a giant car park that's shared by McDonald's and a supermarket. The supermarket also has a sandwich deli that serves fresh, huge, pretty healthy sandwiches and similar products. This was also after work and I was famished, so I decided to be naughty and grab a snack from McDonald's. As I was doing so, I get stopped by a beggar, asking if I can help him out with some food. Now I'm somewhat jaded with encounters such as this, so I say that I can get him a specific thing from McDonald's if he's happy to take that. I told him I'm not giving him cash. Hearing me say that, the beggar looks nervous. He clears his throat and he says he would prefer something different. He said to me, if possible, sandwiches from the deli are more filling and healthy than McDonald's. And if possible, and only if possible, would I mind getting him a sandwich from the deli instead of a cheeseburger or whatever. The dude looked so ashamed and nervous about asking me to go this extra step on his behalf, but he was right. I then tell the dude to not sweat it and to wait right there. As I'm making the order at the deli, I tell the worker about the whole thing. She finds it so sweet that she gives me 3 sandwiches for the price of 1 to take out to the guy. The guy actually tears up when he sees the small feast that I've brought to him, and I tell him to thank the deli worker as well, since she contributed too. He offers me one of the sandwiches, and we go back and forth for a bit. He's insistent that this is so nice that I had to have one to enjoy myself too. It's only dropped when I point out that the sandwiches were specifically a gift from the deli to him, and it would be stealing if I took them. So the guy was literally a choosing beggar. I was going to offer him a cheeseburger or some chicken nuggets, and he specifically tried to choose something else. I thought it was entitled until I saw his reaction. It was one of the nicest moments in my life. Thank you for reading.
This is a repeat.
I know, and the deal, I realize that it is a repeat, but you also got to remember that we have new people watching, so.
Okay.
And for the new people that's watching the show, the reason I even played this is because I have the most skeptical panel on the face of YouTube, where I can play the most worst individuals in the world, and we can hold a whole hour conversation about it. I can bring up a sweet story on what somebody said, and oh my God, that's so fake. You don't put cheese on an English muffin. That's wrong. You know that's fake when they come up with every reason why a good, wholesome story is a good story. That's a sweet story. We can have somebody throw puppies off a bridge and everybody will hold a whole conversation about it. We cannot
have puppies being thrown off a bridge. We cannot. Hard limit.
We can have the worst of the worst on this show and hold a full conversation about it. We have a wholesome story where somebody is helping somebody else, and oh, that's so fake. That's so fake. That don't even make any sense. You know, no red car can go over 90 miles per hour. Any excuse will do. They just come up with stuff. What Subway shop is wholesome? I don't find that wholesome food. That's real nasty food.
I mean, that's a good question, though, because really, are any of them? I mean, you got Jimmy John's, the owner that goes out and shoots things in Africa, endangered animals. Then you got Subway. Did I mention Jared? And then you got, what's that other one? Penn Station, which is just disgusting and nasty. And
I don't even know that one.
And Mike's or Jim's or whatever it's called.
Okay.
So yeah, that's actually a decent question.
No, it's not.
It is. You cannot find a healthy Subway place. I'm gonna tell you
why. Because all of them is better than McDonald's.
Why is McDonald's the #1 restaurant then?
Because everybody is cheap and
they want to fast and cheap. Food. Yes.
Subway is just as fast as McDonald's.
Doesn't mean you healthy.
And just because you eat at Subway doesn't mean you're healthy. You can put mayo.
This story was
right.
This story was, hey, I could buy you something from McDonald's. Well, can you buy me something from Subway's because it's healthier and it's more filling? So it don't have to be the creme de la creme of healthy, but it got to be
it's the lesser of evils.
Yeah, it's like voting for the lesser of two evils. They're both bad, but it's like, which one is worse? I would agree with you. I would say McDonald's is worse.
Would you rather he had something in his stomach? You know, we'll take Subway.
I mean, he's homeless, so I'm gonna try my best to be accommodating. But I'd be like, dude, why don't I just go to that grocery store and buy you? But that's just me.
Because and people always say this, and here's the deal: go to the grocery store and buy them what? Because what you're going to buy them is something that's not sustainable.
Yeah, that's true.
How are they going to take care of it?
How are they going to prepare it? I just thought of that.
Yeah, they don't have refrigeration. And I know a lot, and I'm not jumping on you, Tracy. I just heard that so many times. If I just go to the grocery store and buy you luncheon meat and bread and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, I'm sorry, let me help you out on something, dude. When you open your luncheon meat, make you a sandwich, you know,
where do you put those things away?
Where do you put that stuff back at?
In the refrigerator.
In the refrigerator.
Think of that.
They don't have refrigerators, dude. You can't normalize, and this is why I want to put this out here. Stop trying to normalize homelessness.
No, it's not normal.
It's not normal. This is not normal. Normal people are not homeless. It is not normal. Don't get it twisted. That don't mean make them others either, because I'm in America. I know how y'all work. If they're not normal, that means, hey, they're otherized and we need to treat them like trash. What I mean is, when I say do not normalize this, meaning if I give them what I would give normal people who are in a bad circumstances, i.e. a mother who has 2 kids who's in a house and they have all the bills paid, but they just don't have the money for food. I can go to the grocery store and buy them food to put in the refrigerator to feed their kids. This is not the same circumstance, dude. This is not the same circumstance. This is, they have nothing. What you see is what you got. It's in their backpack. It's in their pockets. That's it.
Or in their cart.
Or in their cart. That's it. Their cart is their whole life. Everything in their cart is their possessions.
And do not touch anything.
And treat them like it's your house. You want people coming in your house touching your shit?
Yes.
Don't touch their stuff.
They're human beings. They deserve your respect.
I sat there and watched somebody with a
at least your courtesy
across 3 or 4 lanes of traffic to get to the other side, and I just sat there and just let it go. Why? Because I don't know how that feels. And also, here's the deal, and I hate to say this, but we're gonna move on. But I just have to say this to get off my chest. 2 reasons why I don't say this: 1, I don't live that life. I don't know how it feels. 2, at a certain point, something always clicks in my head that this dude is going to cross 3 or 4 lanes of traffic, and something could literally hurt him. But does he care at this point? So
the system is designed to keep you out. Once you do not have an address, you cannot get a bank account. You cannot get a P.O. box. You cannot get anything.
It's hard to, as a person that experienced, it's hard to bounce back.
It is. I've been there.
It's inexcusable that we live in the supposed richest country in the world and we have
We
unhoused
oh
people.
no, Tracy, we do. We live in the
We
richest
could
country in the
eradicate.
world, and we don't give a shit
That's exactly
unless
what it
we're talking
is.
about the rich.
We're all for the
Do
top
you
1%.
understand the concept that one billionaire with enough billions in his bank account can wipe out homelessness in this country?
By themselves.
One by
Yep.
himself and
Yep.
decide not to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Decide not to do it. Purposely don't do it.
But our
Beyond a shadow of a
government,
doubt, don't do it. Do
but
not want to do it.
but here's what I'll say: it's not that one person's responsibility, because that responsibility, in my opinion, lies with the government. It is the government's job. Yeah, I'm gonna be all socialist in the joint.
Mm-hmm.
It is because some people who have that much money, they don't care. They're not sharing. They never gonna share. So you know what? Bump them. Be by it. But this is where the government should be
Well,
like, you know what? If we can fund the Pentagon $1 trillion and they just somehow lose it and don't know where it went, how many houses could you build with just 10% of $1 trillion? No, 1%. 1% could we don't want to eradicate unhoused people. We want it to continue so that we can feel better about ourselves. It's our fault, and we need to stop it and do something about it. Because the government's sure not doing nothing about it.
Tracy, I'll even go one step further from you. I'll go one step further. We got to rebuild houses. How about these damn houses that been sitting around for
years?
For years.
And you know what happens to those, Marlon? You know what's happening to those? Foreign investors are buying these houses that are ran down. They're not fixing them. Here's the rules that Tracy proposes. You buy a house, you got 60 days to fix it. And you better rent it for an affordable price based off that person's income. You don't, house is ours, and we're going to give it to a homeless person. Done. I don't. Yeah, it's a radical.
Like it.
That's a radical idea. I know.
I like it.
We should not have anybody that is unhoused. Not a veteran, not a mother, not a father, not a transgender. Nobody. No,
Agree.
Everybody deserves a home. It is a right, not a privilege, a right. A Mercedes Benz is a privilege. A house is not. You need a place to live.
Oh, and by the way, and then we're gonna because Tracy triggered something that's in my heart and soul, and it doesn't come up. It'll probably come up in 2 weeks, and you'll understand exactly what I'm saying when I say this. To all you people that goes around and sitting there talking about we need to take care of our veterans and God bless our veterans and we need to support the military, and meanwhile we have a whole bunch of homeless militaries. Go fuck yourselves. Because you're talking to one. You're talking to one. So go fuck yourselves.
Marlon, I've always wanted to ask, how would when somebody comes up and says thank you for your service, obviously you're somewhere that is displaying that you were in one of the arms, was it Navy?
Air Force.
Air Force? Same as my grandfather. That thank you for your service. How does that feel? Would you like it to stop? Do you like it?
I would like it to stop because it's
like you clearly don't mean what you say, because you wouldn't let a homeless person.
It isn't that. It's the equivalent of at this point in time saying thank you for answering the phone at McDonald's. Thank you for delivering my pizza. It's a slogan now to me. It is something to make yourself feel better. Like I said, if I see homeless people on the streets and everything else, and you're running up to me talking about thank you for the homeless, I literally say thank you because I don't know what's in your heart. You may be the person who volunteering at the soup kitchen for veterans to make sure that they are taken care of. You may be also the one who step over the veteran and go tell them go get a job. I don't know where your heart is.
Like that's so easy.
Everything else. People always say what I had one person ask me, if you don't care about America, so what do you do when you go to a sports event and everybody put their hands over their hearts with the national anthem and everything? What do you do? I tell them I salute. Now, other people will sit there and go, well, wait a minute, you have a problem with the military too. I'm saluting the POWs. I'm saluting the people who got caught up in that crap for years, by the way. That's who I'm saluting. I'm saluting the people who did sacrifice their lives in a war. And even when I say it's a senseless effing war, which I still think is a senseless effing war, they still sacrifice their life. I'm saluting them.
Yep.
The military itself, the whole conglomerate of the military, again, can go fuck themselves. You, beyond a shadow of a doubt, and this is the reason why, there is a reason why this country makes sure that the poor stay poor. Because that is your cattle.
Yep.
That's what they use to feed the military. Do not get it twisted that it is very hard in rural countries, rural counties, and rural cities in America while they keep the education low, while they keep the wages in that county and everything in certain states low. That's their cattle. They need to keep you low in order to make sure that you understand that the only way for you to get out is to join the military. They're not going to let you get up and better at everything else. So if somebody gets hurt in the military, let alone dies in the military, it's not a kid dying. It's a poor kid dying.
Yep.
Thus, it makes it a little easier to stomach.
Yep.
Thank you.
So, what damn story did we play? Oh, the homeless. God, dog. We were going to rant on potato chips. Ruffles or plain potato chips. And that's why Biden sucks. We have no idea how the hell we got there. But we'll get there. We had a question. It is estimated that approximately 40% of homeless men are veterans. Yeah.
Yep.
That's why I said that's why I said in 2 weeks we'll hear this kumbaya. We throwing fireworks in the air.
Yep.
Thank you for your service. Ooh, I'm so happy.
Yeah, they sacrifice and blah, blah, blah.
USA, USA, USA. God bless America. Go fuck yourself, you pieces of trash. They need to keep the poor uneducated, so they have been fodder to feed the military. Low-wage jobs in the schools to the profit prison pipelines. Yeah, exactly. People have this thing where they always, you don't understand how American politics / socialism work. Everybody keeps thinking when we complain about these things, we're saying, because they can always come back and go, that doesn't make any sense. So you're thinking some evil conglomerate is sitting by and laughing at the poor and laughing. No, dude, you so slow-minded. You keep thinking that all of this is for them to joke around, smoking cigars and drinking whiskey. No, they have a reason for doing it. And it is not for your shits and giggles. It is to feed another entity. It's either the prison system or the military. That's it.
Yep. That's all we're good for, cheap labor.
Look, the shits and giggles is a byproduct.
Yeah.
But they're feeding something else. Like, come on, y'all. Come on. Remember when Biden tried to cancel $10,000 in student loan debt, and Fox News was complaining and said, "Oh no, will hurt the military recruiting because they won't have the incentive to
Joe
get it paid
Manchin.
off." Yeah, exactly. I love the fact that we had one commentator who sat there and said, "I don't understand why they need to have their debts paid off. I went to college and everything, and I got it paid off, and I had no problem. Why? Because I'm American, and that's what we do." Chick, do you understand that you went to the damn military and got the GI Bill that literally paid off your military? Shut up. You didn't pay off your student debt. We paid off your student debt.
Yeah, America paid your debt. So you're welcome.